What's up, guys? This is Kyle from Wax Museum, and seeing as Flawless just came out in the past week or two, and it's a product that I enjoy every year, I thought I would go ahead and show you some of the Flawless patch cards in my collection, and I rounded up 95 of them. Now, keep in mind, a lot of them at the end are going to be Pacers. That's probably not going to surprise you, but I wanted to go ahead and show some of those for you. So this example here, this Cazzie Russell, is one of the few autographed versions that you're going to see in this video. You'll see that I mostly chase just the jumbo patches set, and I will continue to do so. But anyway, this is from the first year of Flawless. This is from 2012. You can see that's got some nameplate pieces there. I just like the patch, so that's why I bought it at the time, but I'm glad I have it now, even though it's got that autograph on it. So 2012 had more of a vertical orientation to it, and a pretty big patch window there, so it is a great patch set. I wish I had grabbed more of them back in the day, but you know what, funds were limited. Funds are still limited, but definitely don't see them come up as often now. So anyway, here's some of them that I have. You'll notice the ones I did grab were some of the older players, like Lou Hudson here doesn't have a lot of material out there, and that foil on the ones numbered to 10 looks great. But that's why I went after those. So anyway, 2013 I did grab a lot more of, but still only certain players. I did grab this Jerry Lucas, which was numbered to 5, which I don't know what it would go for now. I got it for like $11 at the time. Those days are gone. I have this really nice James Worthy here with a piece of the 4. Got this Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with a big old piece of the nameplate. Dennis Johnson here. I used to stay away from stuff like this because it's got the green foil, the green patch and the red foil, and that just clashed a lot to me. But now I'm at the point where, you know, if the patch is good, I'm probably going to grab it. Or even if the patch isn't good, like this Oakley patch is not very good, but I do try to grab these when I see them. The red foil works great here in the case of like Sean Bradley. We've got some trim here from Larry Johnson. And then you'll see, here's a player I picked up a lot of, Louis Dampier. I read a lot about him in high school when I was reading, you know, going on my big ABA binge, and it's kind of continued on from there. So when I saw they had jumbo patches of him, even though these are likely from a Spurs NBA jersey, I tried to add those whenever I saw them. They used to come up a lot more often. I haven't seen a Spurs one in who knows how long. Nice piece of the number 1 there. And then I've got this Maravich here, which not the greatest Maravich patch, but there's not a lot of Maravich patches out there. That one's number 2 of 9. That one's even kind of doesn't quite meet the foil there on the card. But anyway, that's 2013. So we had big patch windows for 2012 and 2013. You'll see 2014, the windows got smaller. Still looked real nice, but the windows got smaller. And yes, they did make more Louis Dampier cards, this time with ABA materials from the Kentucky Colonels. But they did a really good job. Even though the patch itself got smaller, look what they did with the team logo there in the foil. That's something that they hadn't done on 2013. So at least they made up for it, even though there were smaller patches there. So I'll go through these a little bit quicker, these Louis Dampier cards. And yes, I am trying to pick up more of those when those show up. I've got a Bill Walton here. Got this Julius Randle, which does not really fit in with the rest of them. And you've seen this on my channel recently. The red foil kind of clashes, but the thing I like about this is that this is game dated. It's the only one out of all of these that I've seen where they did that to October 28th, 2014, which was the only game Julius Randle played in his rookie season because he got hurt. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I didn't notice that for years. So once I did finally notice it, I grabbed one. I wish I had noticed it sooner. There would have been a lot more to choose from. Okay, keep going here. We've got Moses Malone. And then, all right, so this is, I don't have any 2015. This is 2016, I believe. So let's look at those patch windows. About the same, maybe a little bit bigger with just the way that they located the foil there. That's the only one I have from that year, but nice piece from an ABA jersey of Artis Gilmore. All right, on to my favorite, probably my favorite year. And it's not all just because of the design. Some of it's just because of the players selected. You'll see later. There were 5 Pacers in 2017 Flawless Jumbo patches. So I've got this Havlicek here that I got last year at the Midwest Monster. Got Charlie Scott. A couple Paul Silas cards. Here's a case where that green foil is awesome. Tree Rollins. Reggie Lewis with gold foil. Karl Malone. Joe Dumars, which I've talked about recently on the channel. We've got a Ron Harper. And then I don't have anything in between for the non-Pacers. This is from 2020. It's a Slater Martin. Okay, so I mentioned there were a lot of Pacers. Some of these you've seen before. You kind of know what you're getting here if you've watched my content. So move this box over here because there's a lot here. All right, so we are going to start, though, with the... I don't have any 2012. I should get some. There's David West. There's Roy Hibbert. I didn't grab them when they were cheap. I should have. And I didn't grab these Paul Georges when they were cheap either, but I did at least finally get them. So I got a pair of Paul Georges, one of which I got in the past week or so. I've got a pair of Roy Hibberts here. I'd like to add some more. I've got a Jeff Teague, nice piece of the number 4. He was only there one season. Got a Thad Young here, nice piece of the number 2. And you can see that, that small patch window that year. This was 2016. Probably my least favorite design because not only, they didn't really compensate for it with the foil. They just made the word flawless bigger. A lot of white on those cards. Didn't really like those as well. And then this Ellis patch is probably the worst patch of all of these that I've got. All right, on to 2017. Like I mentioned, there were 5 Pacers in the 2017 Flawless patches. So the first one, we've got Al Jefferson. We'll start off with the 101 of Danny Granger here. I wish they had used the gold material that they used in a lot of the other ones. But that blue foil looks great there. So here's that gold material I was talking about with the gold foil. That's a really nice color match for Granger there. Here's a number version. Got another number version. Another number version. Then Lance Stevenson came back to the team that year. I'm sure Panini was rejoicing because then they could use up some more of the older Lance Stevenson jerseys that they probably had around. Although this is from a warm-up, which I've talked about that in a video as well. Reggie Miller signed with Panini in 2017 so they could finally make memorabilia cards of him. So here's a big piece of the letter R, which I was shilled to the moon on that card, unfortunately. A couple more numbered to 25. And then a couple of the red patches. Love to pick up more of those, but I think those days are long gone as well. Okay, now I've got a Rick Smits mixed in here from a previous year. This is the only one of the dual patches that I've got. I'm not a big fan of those, but at that point, that was probably the best Rick Smits stuff out there. And then we got 2017 Flawless, and I've got 22 Rick Smits patches from 2017 Flawless, so I'll try to go through them quick here. You've seen most of them before at one point or another. There might be one on here you haven't seen. I don't remember. One I got recently has a big part of the number 4. And even though it's numbered to 25, it's probably one of the best looking Rick Smits patches in the whole Flawless run, at least that I've seen. Did I pass it already? No, there we go. Really like that one. All right. And then I think it jumps to, I believe this is 2020 with TJ Warren. So I think I've got 7 total TJ Warren. I really like the ones with this royal blue jersey, though. I want to find more of those. Then we've got some nameplate pieces here. And then I think I've got a couple number pieces for him. And then let's round it off with some Malcolm Brogdon. So we got part of the Motorola logo, which is their sponsor. And then these two, which match the jersey that he's wearing in the picture. At least the same style. I don't know if it's the same exact jersey. Probably not, but the same style. So anyway, there you have it. That's 95 different Flawless patches. Hopefully we'll make it at least 100 by the end of this year. Love to add some more. Feel free, show off the ones that you've got. I'd love to see them, make a video. Remember, there are new episodes of the audio podcast that come out every Thursday. And as always, thanks for watching.